When working with large complex diagrams that contain plenty of elements, and especially when some of those elements are far apart or where links between those elements are intertwined, it can get really messy, really fast, and it can become difficult to understand exactly what's going on in the diagram. This is precisely where the concept of link teleports comes in. When the elements are far apart, instead of having standard connected lines, this visible path is replaced by small markers. This doesn't clutter the diagram, but makes it perfectly clear how are various elements connected and related. Let me quickly walk you through the code so you can see how you could implement this in JointJS. I have the demo set up locally so I can show you exactly how it works. And here we have standard connected nodes, and if we move them a little bit further apart, the standard path is going to be replaced by those nice little markers that make it clear which element is connected to which element. Like element 1 is connected to element 2. And if I click on the element 2 marker, I'm going to be scrolled precisely to the element 2. And you can see here precisely how this works on larger diagrams. This element 3 is connected to element 4, which is all the way to here, which is quite difficult or rather impossible to see with normal standard paths, but with teleport links, it's really simple. Let's jump into Visual Studio Code. This project is straightforward. You're going to find everything related to teleport links in main.js. So this is where we will focus our attention. First thing that you're going to notice is segment length and minimum distance. These are configuration options for teleport links. You will understand exactly what it means in a bit. I'm going to scroll a bit down to where the paper is initialized. And here you're going to see that we're overwriting the default connector with this custom code. Essentially, we're calculating the distance between elements, and if the element is greater than the configured distance, you've seen this a little bit earlier, then we want to use this code, or rather, we want to replace the standard path that connects elements with just a little bit of path on each end of the element. And if the distance is shorter, then we're just doing normal connected paths. The next thing that we're doing is we're adding teleport markers. Those are those little boxes here, and this setup right here, the teleport button. We're extending the standard button and we're adding a little bit of custom functionality here. The thing to note here is that we have a visibility action, which actually determines when should this marker be visible, or rather when the distance is greater than the minimum distance. And here we have an action that determines what happens when the user clicks on the marker. And this is going to be visible right here in the link teleports interaction section, or rather when the user clicks the marker, then we want to scroll paper to the element that should be in the focus, or here we're scrolling to the source element and here to the target element. It's actually quite simple. Of course, this is the part where we're actually adding those teleport marker buttons. So in this demo, the concept is we're actually doing this automatically based on the distance. When the elements are close, we show the regular standard path, but when they are far apart, we're actually showing the teleport links. But you can also set this up a bit differently. For example, you might want to have a toggle in the interface that immediately switches from standard paths to teleport links. I'll set it up quickly here so you can see exactly how could this work. First thing that I want is I want to keep track of the state for the teleport mode. So I'm going to set the state teleport mode on the graph, and initial value is going to be false. Initially, we want to show normal standard paths. We're going to actually use this flag to determine when should we show teleport links or standard paths. Next, I want to add a button or a toggle switch to the interface so I can actually change this value. Let's just use a standard toolbar. Type is going to be toggle, name is going to be teleport mode, and we're going to read the default value from the teleport mode, which is set here. Of course, we're going to append this element to the HTML, and we are going to need another element in the HTML. So let's jump to index.html and let's set it up here underneath our logo, toolbar container. There we go. Before I jump into the browser to test this out, I actually want to style this toggle button and a toolbar a bit. I want to position it underneath my logo, so I will jump into style CSS, and this is the code that I will use. I'll just position it to the top right, and I'll change a styling of the toggle, align it a little bit more to the demo. Let's jump to the browser, and this is our teleport mode toggle. Of course, it does nothing yet. We didn't implement any functionality. Let's jump back into the Visual Studio Code and into JavaScript. I've shown you earlier that we're actually changing the default connector for our paper, and we're determining if we should show teleport links based on the distance. We will comment this out and we'll actually use our newly set state to determine if we should show teleport links or not. We're going to access the teleport mode through link view paper model because we already have link view as a parameter of the default connector function. Next, I'm going to scroll down to the teleport button. I will determine the visibility of teleport buttons from our state and not based on the distance. I'll comment this out. And here I will read the teleport mode state from the view. Now we're using the teleport mode flag to determine if we should show teleport links or not in the app, but we still haven't set up actions on our toolbar. So this is what we will do next before we can actually test this out. If we scroll back and if we flip the teleport mode to true, we should see this in our interface. And in the browser, we do have teleport links now, but our toggle is still not working. So we do need to set up interactions for this. I'll just paste the snippet right here. I'm going to attach an event listener to toolbar that tracks teleport mode change. And once the change happens, I will set the teleport mode to its value. And I will also request connection update because I do want to re-render my connections. I do want to show or hide teleport markers. Let's test it out. By default, we are using teleport links, but if I toggle the switch, we will switch the interface to the standard paths. In this example, this is not really ideal, so that is precisely why teleport links are effective here. Or another example is if we, for example, had a large diagram with multiple elements, multiple paths, and then things like this can happen. With teleport links, we are avoiding all of that and still making it very clear which element is connected to which element. Are you already using link teleports in your apps, or will you start using them now? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for your attention. My name is Zoran Yambor. I'm a developer advocate at JointJS, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, happy diagramming.